Happy to see you, man. Oh, I need to change something real quick. Oh, have the speaker on my alternate up. All right, there we go. All right, everything should be all set now, I'm hoping. Oh, I was just messing with stuff. How's it going, Mac? I know why you're here, and I'm very excited. Oh, this is going to be a good time. So I switched around my setup just a little bit. So I was playing in the center, but it suggested to me that I move slightly to the right so you guys can see the screen a little bit more. So I'm definitely going to work on my overlay at the bottom to make sure it doesn't look as empty. So who knows? Maybe I'll get fancy stuff that I put in, like hashtags. Wouldn't that be exciting? So, hey Mythic, nice to see you. I'm glad you think the graphics are improved. I am playing with my bitrate a little bit more now, so now that we got the lag issues with the game sorted out, I have upped my streaming bitrate, so we're going to push the limit a little bit. I do have really fast internet, so I've been watching tutorials left and right about streaming, because if you guys know me, I like to know all the information before I kind of put my foot forward. So I've been watching all types of tutorials and things on streaming, and all of the suggested bit rates they have are all a lot higher than mine right now, but their internet upload speed so far has been significantly lower than mine. So we're going to see. I am going to play a little bit. You might see my camera go a little weird at some points because I'm just changing the boundaries to make sure I'm not cut off. So hi guys, nice to see you today. This is officially our first summer stream that is on schedule. I'm very, very excited about that. We're going to do some fun things today. So first things first, if you haven't already heard, Tug of War is coming up for this weekend, Wednesday. Yay. That's all, isn't it Tug of War, right? I'm pretty sure that's all the enthusiasm I have today, or is it something else? Am I wrong? Thought it was Tug of War. I could be crazy. I always forget that the names I have for events may be slightly different than the names the events actually have. So I'm going to tell myself it's Tug of War, and somebody's going to tell me if I'm wrong. And if it is Tug of War, well, it is what it is. Okay, so they call it Capture the Flag, and I call it Tug of War. Is that how this goes? Because it's really just Tug of War. I hate Tug of War. Tug of War is one of my least favorite events, and I am going to tell you why in this next minute rant. Tug of War is entirely based on how your team performs at the end. It does not matter how consistent your team is. It does not matter how good your team is. At the very end, in the last about 2 days, everyone can steal basically everything you have, and I think that's stupid, and it reminds me of Mario Party, and I'm talking like old school Mario Party. Like Mario Party I probably played at least 5-6 years ago, at least. I hate Mario Party. You want to know why? Because it's the same type of thing. You've been going on and doing all these great things in Mario Party, and then suddenly, out of pure luck and not too much skill, somebody could take all your stars. How stupid is that? I work so hard for those things, and somebody can just steal it? Ugh. So, that's my little rant. I don't like Tug of War. It's very time intensive, and the 6-hour resets are nice for energy packs, I guess, but they're a really big bummer because they're 6 hours and only the last minute counts. So I just gotta throw super attacks at it again, and I don't like it. I'd rather have something that takes skill. Can we have events that take skill now? I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, let's get to doing some dragon things, shall we? So don't really have much of a plan other than my baby outline and something I'm really excited to do about halfway through the stream, which Mech knows exactly what it is. So if you guys are not already familiar with my team is Rune. The reason I'm telling you this is part of the stream I'm going to ask you to do a favor for me. So my team, if you don't know how to find and search for teams in the game, what you can do is go to your team meeting hall here. Oops, Builder's Hut, not fat fingers. Manage team, and then you see this hourglass thing here over in the corner, and that allows you to search for teams. And so what you want to do here, once it loads, is you're going to type in Rulith, which is my team name, and it'll pop up here. And that's what gets you to this screen. If you aren't in our league, you're also welcome to mail me if you want to find my team. So later on in the game, later on in the stream, sorry, I'm going to tell you to go search for Roulette, and I'm going to tell you to find a member of mine, and we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm really excited about that. So after last stream, where I was flying Baby How, so my level 1 How on my alt, a lot of people asked me about runes and also asked me about my big How, including some of my own teammates and some of you lovely people who just like to hang out with me on the internet because you're cool. So before we get started there, let's take a look at some runes that I have. So the account that we're seeing right now is my main account, my big account. I have too many runes. I know I have too many runes, but we're going to bear with it. So what I really want to be careful of here with How is the only runes he can take right now are Rage and an ammo. If I were to be so lucky to have an ammo rune or glyph drop, I would be over the moon, but I've never seen one in person, so bummer. So basically we're just looking for Rage. I know I don't have any mythic or legendary Rage runes left to put on How, but that also brings us to a good point. A lot of people who are getting Hauheset don't have a massive collection of Rage runes, especially people who are just starting to get into them now like my alt did. So let's talk about picking runes here. So if you haven't used the rune shop or rune tower, whatever you want to call it, rune storage before, it's pretty simple. I make sure that I always sort by rarity here. That makes my life way easier. Equipped versus unequipped would only be helpful if I could also do rarity, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. So I always sort by rarity, and then in this case, we're going to make our sorting just a little bit easier, and we are going to check Dragon to start with, and then one by one. The first time we're going to look at normal, and the second time we're going to look at glyphs. So if you are confused or unsure about the difference between runes and glyphs, runes are the circles and glyphs are the diamonds. Glyphs typically drop from events and event rewards and global rewards and things like that. Can't think of another way they've ever given away glyphs before, but runes are the ones, the circle ones are the ones that you're finding in silver chests and runic chests and things like that. So on a dragon you can equip 2 runes and 3 glyphs, which makes sense because they want you to really push for events to get things. So let's take a look at my lovely rune vault here and see if we can find anything exciting to put on my How, because I've been getting a lot of flack from you guys for not having anything on my expert Hauheset. So going through, wouldn't it be nice if evasion worked on Hauheset? It's just kind of has a glorified evasion, right? Can't. PG, this is my request. Make Havoc runes or evasion runes work on Hauheset's time shift, please. I would love you. I would love you forever, PG. Just let me use some of these evasion runes on Hauheset. Please. Okay. That little bit over. So we're looking for Rage runes here. We have Wind Wall. I do know there are some runes that might have a secondary of Rage, including like Fireball runes here, but we will kind of use those as a last resort. So it does have the Rage generation as the secondary ability, but as you level up runes, only the primary ability levels all the way through, and the secondary ability stops at leveling. So it's not as useful as having an actual Rage rune, but I don't know if we're going to get lucky enough to find any epic Rage runes that are unequipped in my area. Let's see. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. There's an epic Rage, but it's on Kaiju. Epic Rage on my Hayton. I don't want to talk about it. I don't know, guys. Might be SOL here. No epic Rages. So it's down to rares. Wisdom Battlecry Cannon. This is sad. Sad, guys. I don't think I'm gonna have much to put on it, and I think this is why my How is naked. I'm really bummed. Look! A rare Rage. So exciting. Okay, so we do have a rare Rage in here. Alright, well, let's give this a go. You guys are quiet today. It's very odd. Hello. How are you? Tell me about your day. What exciting thing happened to you today? I went and did some work today. That was fun. Epic Fireball of 2 of them and no dragons to use it on. You know what, Mac? Maybe I'm holding on to it because I have hope that one day PG will change my runes. That's why I keep evasion. Is I have like this silly idea that PG will turn my evasion runes into time shift runes. It's upsetting. It really is. Hi, how's it going, Tastic? Was that Nadtastic? Is that what I'm going to call you? Nate-tastic? I'm really bad at pronunciation of things, so we should probably collaborate here. Alright. Well, let's put, we know that we don't have an epic here, so we're going to throw a rare rage on here. This is why the Rune Vault needs to be overhauled! So I don't have to scroll through everything to find what I want. Okay. Ha! There you are. Equip. Alright, so we look through epic, we look through rares. Bet I have some commons, not that they're going to do too much. I'm 100% confident I don't have any mythic rages, but I might have a legendary I haven't used, though I doubt it. Nope. Alright, common rage it is, kids. Well, I guess I could put that epic on there. Make decisions for me. Do you want me to put the epic fireball on that has the rage secondary, or do you want me to put find a common rage and put it on? Your call. Ooh, I have 2 legendary rejuvenates. Yeah, and how many freaking dragons do I have with rejuvenate? It sucks. I'm not, like, I always get all these runes that I can't use. PG, why are you giving me all these runes I can't use? I would much rather have things like healing mark runes, and rage runes, and an ammo rune. I would kill for an ammo rune. Maybe not kill. Maybe. We'll see. We'll talk about it. We'll see who it is. But really, an ammo rune would be amazing, and I would love you forever. Please. Okay. 2 legendary rejuvenates, and ooh, do they have a secondary rage? Mac, you beautiful beast. Look at you. Alright, let's see my glyphs. I'm pretty confident here as well. Look at this. If only evasion worked for time shift. PG, please love me. Because seriously, who the hell wants a legendary evasion glyph? Or rune? Ever. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Another evasion. Not cool, PG. It's not cool. Alright, we're probably just gonna put a comment on here. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Another evasion. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Chaos, because why not? Just hang out with this chaos. I don't really have any rage runes left, guys. Another rare evasion? Why do I have so many evasion glyphs? Who the hell is dropping evasion glyphs? This is dumb. Battle cry. Another evasion. Another evasion? Jesus, how many evasion glyphs do I have? This is inappropriate. Are you guys noticing how many evasion glyphs I have? Like, are you noticing? Because it's getting a little excessive now. I have legendaries, I have rares up the butt. And look at this! Look at this epic! This is ridiculous. Why do I have so many evasion glyphs? PG, we need to have a sit down and an intervention about evasion glyphs. And you can't even pull, the lower levels might like this too. Because no, they wouldn't. Evasion is the worst spell on the planet. And you know what I'm going to do right now? Is I'm going to pull up and see what dragons have evasion. I'm pretty sure they stop in blue tier. Anyone want to take a bet? Let's see when evasion stops. I bet blue tier. See if you have a counter bet. Oh, I'm wrong. Look at that. There are more dragons with evasion. How crazy is this? There are 2 green dragons with evasion. I really gotta pull out Erd and Garzev and just slap evasion on them, because look at all these evasion runes. Clearly with all these amazing evasion runes, I should be able to clear any base with a green dragon. Sorry, I'm really feisty today, and I'm really mad about these evasion glyphs and runes. So, Erd does, and Garzev does in green. So, I guess I should pull out some green dragons and put pretty flying glyphs and runes behind them. God, I hate evasion. Alright, anyway, what were we looking for? Rage. There's the fireball again. I could use the secondary there, because as Mech pointed out, who the hell am I going to put fireball on? But I don't know if I have a second one. Oh yeah, I do. I'm always testy. And another evasion! What is this? This is ridiculous! Ugh. Alright, what we're gonna do, we're gonna use some secondaries here. Because it makes me feel better. Scrolling to the bottom. Alright, fireball, equip. Boop. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is bring them up until the rage stops building. So when you're leveling up runes, if for some reason you haven't leveled them up already, you can see there on the screen that anything green is increasing. So in this upgrade, even though Rejuvenate is the main, I am looking at an increase of 0.6% of rage generation. That's so good. My humor is starting to come out, guys. I'm starting to get comfortable with you. Be warned. So we look again. We are going up still by 0.6%. Rage regeneration. And at this point, we are going to stop. So you can see over on the right that it is only increasing rejuvenate duration. It's no longer touching rage. So I'm not going to waste dust on it because I don't have a purpose to. Pull down here. Okay. For the record, now that I'm doing this, we gotta go find Nuffle, and he has to stop harassing me about my runes on. We need to stop this, Nuffle. We need to stop this dance we're doing, because look, I'm giving him stuff now, okay? He's gonna be happy. He's gonna have, like, not very much more rage, like 4%. Okay. Alright, so, everyone, let's look now. This is my master proof. This is our proof to Nuffle, to everyone. I have runes on my Hauheset. Are they the best runes? Not a chance in hell. But they are runes. So what I'm going to do now is show you a little comparison to what a Hauheset runed up should look like. So to do that, I am going to switch devices here. I need to put hotkeys on this, but I'm really untrusting of things, and I don't know, I'm just really nervous. So thank you, Mac, for doing my spreadsheet work for me. Much appreciated. Alright, switching here to my iPad Air. This is what your Hauheset should look like. This is much better. I enjoyed this a lot more. So this account hasn't been playing nearly as long. So on this account, I do have a Legendary Wisdom just because I am a lower level for my dragon, so I like to have the Wisdom on there. Plus the Rage generation is really nice. I have a Mythic Rage. Yay! It has the Cloak secondary, which unfortunately does absolutely nothing in this case. Another Mythic Wisdom with extra Rage generation, and then a Rare and Common Rage. So this makes me feel a lot better. And I'm sure Mech would agree this is a little bit better than my 13.2% addition. So I'm excited about that. So there you go, Mech. There you go, Nuffle. Be happy about this. Jimmy, too, stop harassing me about my runes on my Hausets. This one has better runes, I promise. Okay. So, yeah. Runes done. And we can see this is a lot more reasonable for newer players or not old as what got players like me to have the number of runes in your, what are we calling this? What is the official name of this? Rune Vault. So I only have about 500 here versus my 1200 on my big. A little bit of a difference, a little bit. So we can see here, going through, it goes through a little bit quicker. And then when I actually get down to my mythics, which should be coming up shortly here, a lot of rares apparently. So I just have a handful of mythics on this account, not a ton. So you can see that to Well, yeah, 2 of my mythics, 2 of my 7 mythics here are on Hauheset. So I have another invert, which I haven't touched because I don't use Calvin anymore. He has officially benched off my main roster. I'm saving that cloak glyph, cannon striker, unless it applies to flat cannons, I'm not doing anything with it. And then a chaos, which not really going to do anything with either. So they're just kind of hanging out there. And then it's legendary at the top. Legendary is at the top. And I missed it already. All the rare runes. Whee! Guess not, but that's a little bit more reasonable for this. So, what should we do now? Should we move on to my really exciting thing that I want you guys to do to mech? Because I think it's going to be absolutely positively hilarious. There's 8 of you on right now, and I think we could have some serious fun with this. Okay. This is the game we're going to play. And at this point, you actually have to interact with me because I'm going to show you what I want you to do. I'm going to look absolutely ridiculous. It's going to be nuts and it's going to be silly. But this was inspired by an old teammate of mine, Daddylicious, if any of you were happy enough to meet him. But the slightly cleaner version of his game. And we are going to fly with our nose. So this is specifically for Mech. So Mech is in the chat right now. Hi Mech. Mech is on my team. So like I mentioned to you before, find Rulith, go into your team hall, search us up, look us up, and I want you to look for Mech because I want you to attack him only using your nose. And what type of entertainment stream would this be if I didn't also attack with my nose? We shall do this. I have 2 concerns. 1, I'm afraid you're going to hear some weird tapping, so I'm going to move my mic. 2, I'm afraid you're going to hear weird clicking, because I do have my septum pierced. So, you've been warned. But there's nothing really I can do about those things other than moving my mic. So, I can't attack Mech, obviously, because he is on my team. So, again, if you are looking on my team roster, I don't remember how many medals Mech has, but there we go. So you can see Mech, he has got 27.9 million medals. This is the player. Please, go find Mech. Go attack him, but attack him only using your nose. Do this whole week. I got his permission, by the way, unlike Spooky. Spooky never gives me his permission. Attack him with his nose. So what I'm going to do is attack with my nose. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to use spells really well, but who knows? And I'm going to use a hunter. So my challenge to you is to also use a hunter. So let's see if you have enough coordination with your face and your phone and or tablet and attack. So again, I'm going to switch accounts here because there is no way that I'm going to fly as well with my iPad, and I just don't think it's going to go very well. And so I'd rather risk my phone than I would my iPad because my iPad is much nicer and I like my iPad. So, all right. I am going to hit an XP base because I can't hit Mech. So, Don says, I want your lightning runes, Mech. Mech, I typically want a lot of things that you do. So, oops, there we go. Fix the display for you. Alright, so let's hit an XP base. I'm going to hit Allah, which is my main XP base. I'm going to hit it with one of my expert dragons that doesn't need XP. So, let's see what you guys want. I want to pick a hunter. So, let's say, do you want Desi? Do you want Aster? Expert. Frost? Or do you want to see me completely fail with Hauheset? So, those are your choices. Let's fly a hunter first. Those are your choices. Desi, Aster, Frostbiter, or Hauheset. So, pick one. I'm going to fly with my face. Fly with your nose and see how this goes. And then I want you guys to try flying with your nose with a hunter against Mech, my own teammate, who again, for the record, gave me his permission to tell him, or tell you guys to hit him. So make sure you sanitize, disinfect your gadgets after. I do what I want! I'll sanitize whatever I want. For those of you that are on the forums, this should be a running joke. Make sure you sanitize your hands so you can fly, fly some sorcerers, because if your hands are dirty, you're not going to be able to fly sorcerers. Sorry. Forum goers, for those of you that know the brittles thing, that's for you. Alright, double vote for Desi. Alright, here we go. Oh, this is not going to go well. I'm going to move my microphone. Oh, Desi, I'm sorry. I'm going to boost him. He can clear this unboosted without losing health, but this is going to be scary. Alright, guys. Oh, jeez. I want to use a spell. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna rub my nose on my phone. This is a hunter. This isn't a sorcerer. Jeez. Have to tap with our nose. That felt so silly, just absolutely silly. So please, please lock in now. And attack mech. Go attack mech with your nose. It was much better than I thought too, to be completely fair, Mythics. That, oh, my poor nose. Try a sorcerer next. Oh jeez. Okay, well, pick one. So if you want, I can open up. Use my ears? I can't use my ears. You're crazy, Supa. Alright, so the three sorcerers, well, we're going to exclude Kanara right now because I don't have any of her stones, so she's really small. Alright, so you can pick Ryu, I have Kerbos, I have Achilles and Osteros, and I have Faye. Your call. We're going to try a sorcerer. We're going to see how this goes. I don't think I'll fly as long of a base, and I'll try to use a few more spells because I don't want to rub my poor little nose raw. That would be silly. Absolutely silly. So it's up to you guys. First post in chat gets the vote. What are we flying with the sorcerer with our nose? Let's see how this. Alright, Dan is the quickest one. Yeah, Dan, you're quick. You're finally quick. Alright, A&A. For those of you that aren't familiar with A&A, I love this dragon so much. We talked about this last stream, why I think he's an absolutely fantastic dragon even now. He's a great cleanup dragon if all those mages are gone, because he can generate his own rage, deal a lot of damage, and avoid taking damage like a boss, plus healing and giving himself more rage. So, alright, we're going to fly A&A. With our nose. Fly with your nose. If you guys aren't attacking mech, I'm going to be really disappointed. Like, really disappointed. So, after I'm done with this flight, I expect people to be attacking mech. You need to get on your phone, get on your tablet, and attack him. Alright, A&A, we're going on Ala again. We're going to fly unboosted. Let's make this exciting, shall we? Oh, I'm nervous. Alright, I'm going to move my mic again, simply so I don't hurt your ears, your precious little ears. We did it! My nose is so warm. The friction. No Kleenex necessary. My nose is so warm though. It's so warm. You guys have to try this. I'm not gonna lie. I can't stop laughing because this is just too funny. Oh, this is a hoot. Alright guys, you're up. I expect you to go attack Mech and prove to him that you can take down his base with your nose. And I think we should do this every Monday, by the way, because Mondays are the worst day on the planet. Don't care who you are. I don't like Mondays. So we're going to make Mondays be fly with an appropriate body part. Notice the word appropriate. Fly with an appropriate body part. So we've done our nose now. We could do all types of crazy stuff, I'm telling you. And as long as it's appropriate for the Twitch stream and it doesn't put me in any danger, let's do it. So, if you're not into attacking Mech, let me see if I can get a smaller account for you guys to hit. I could tell you guys to hit Dino. I haven't asked for his permission yet, but you never know. Dino's in his 90s. Mech is a little bit bigger. Here. Give Dino a shot if you're brave enough. Otherwise, I think what we should do is set up some lower level alts. I'd really like to see you guys do this. I don't need permission. I'm the Supreme Overlord. Hell yeah, I am. So for those of you that have never had the opportunity to be in my league or on my team, we talk about nicknames and preferred names and what you prefer people to call you. So obviously I call Mech, even though his Mecheng is his name. And so people obviously call me Red, but we joke around because you can't really shorten Red too much without making it just odd. So I've been the Supreme Overlord, and we joke about that kind of. Even though I actually am the Supreme Overlord, don't you forget it. Knew that I I'd insta-die. Couldn't do it. I could do it for laugh. Do it! Do it, do it, do it! I am sure if you ask nicely, Mech might even put out some lower level towers at the start of his base, since we've already won our war tonight. So, hey Mech, you interested in putting out some low level towers in a bit? That'd be fun. Let's see who's following. Thank you for following! Okay, we found a downside. I need to move my alerts over. Okay, I can do that though. That's easy. So remember we talked about that blank space? Fixed. All the alerts are like moved. So I think this will make things easier. So you guys are seeing me switch here. So I can go to my other device. Sorry, I didn't warn you ahead of time. Switching to my iPad. Doop, 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 doop. Alright, so again, this is Mech. So, Mech, if you have the ability to log in on the stream, go put out some low-level towers. Make these guys' life just a little bit easier. In the meantime, we should find someone else we can hit. I'm going to find this for next week, because we are going to do this every week. Fly with the body part, with an appropriate body part. We're going to fly every week, and we're just going to hit someone, and I'm going to ask for a volunteer from Rune, and I'd like to do this. So, Mech just posted in chat. Thank you so much, Mech. He's got low-level towers out, so let's take a look at Mech and see if he does have these low-level towers showing for us to see if some of our low-level or lower-level streamers can come and have some fun at Rune's expense. So, let's take a look here. Switching devices again because I'm really bad at remembering which device is streaming because, well, I'm absent-minded. Use your nasty toe. Oh, no! Goodness, do it with your nose today, Supa. Let's see. Maybe we'll do a toe next time. That'd be an interesting thing. Alright, so this is Mech's base now, guys. So no excuses. I want to see you flying with your nose and hitting Mech. He's got some level 1, level 12, 15, 16. You can do this. Pick a hunter, pick a sorcerer, pick a warrior, pick whatever you want. You don't have to get very far and attack with your nose. I really want to see this happening. So, bring it on. I'll even defend and make it easier so AI doesn't super shot you at all. Can hit you too if needed. Oh, you were so sweet. But how am I supposed to watch them if they hit you? But I like it. You're a kind, kind person. So I'm returning to my battle screen. So this is my challenge for you this week. Got it, guys? Attack with your nose. I believe in you. We can do this. All right. What we're going to do now is we're going to do a little bit of serious flying. And by serious flying, we're just going to go hit a few bases. If you guys have questions, I'm going to talk a little bit about base setups. And I was going to talk a little bit about the event, but I don't like tug of war. I really don't like tug of war. Tug of war is awful. Like I said, I already went on a mini rant, and breeding event's almost over. I like breeding event. I didn't like this breeding event, unfortunately, because I just backbred a garnet, which is great. Garnets are wonderful, but for me, with 2 emeralds already, backbreeding a garnet was a little bit of a bummer. So, and then you guys saw my baby house. So let's go see if we can set up some bases here and have some fun, shall we? I'm not too concerned. I haven't finished all my multis yet today, so if we get to a dragon and you guys want to see me fly a dragon that still has multis and that's not expert, let me know. I'll fly some. I know I'm definitely going to fly Borg in a little bit here because I do love my Borg spell set and I love my Borg runes that make him fabulous. So, let's go hit someone here. Go big or go home, right, kids? Okay, let's use this base as an example of ballistas suck. Stop building ballistas. If you are still in the lower levels, I understand that at the lower levels, ballistas tend to do a lot of damage and they're helping you out quite a bit. But please stop building ballistas. Please stop leveling them up if you have them. They're not very good. So don't do it. Okay? Okay. Alright. Let's go hit this guy, shall we? Long base. Let's see if we can set it up as if we were flying for war. So normally if I'm flying for war, I would put an equip on here. One of my favorite equips to put on Hauheset flying against big bases is summon, and that way summon's going to take a lot of the damage away from especially flat cannons. So I don't think this guy is very happy that I'm attacking him. But oh well. Did he have a lot of food or something? I wasn't really paying attention. I was just going to comment on how I didn't like his stuff. Oh well, it is what it is. Alright, Desi next. Desi next. I love me some Desi. This guy's defending pretty hard. I kind of feel bad now. Person, if you ever watch this stream, I'm sorry. Don't mean to, like, ruin your day or anything. I just want to hit someone. Probably should think about this. 0 food and 0 wood. And why is he defending? Crazy people. Don't really care if I get 100% or not, to be completely honest, especially if he doesn't have anything. I had self-destruction and monument mistake the first time I used a hunter with it. Oh, that's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. I wish I could have seen it. Oh, I'm so bummed that I missed it. So there is an example of cloaking to avoid super shots. I'm never really fussed if I miss stuff. It is what it is, right? This is reverse. Why is he still defending? Why is he still defending? Like, it's obvious that I won at this point, so why is he wasting all these repairs? Somebody help me understand what's going through this person's mind. Oh, he gets low-level farms, too. I shouldn't be able to take those down with so many shots at his level. Well. I don't think that guy was very happy that I was attacking him. Sorry, guy. So he didn't even get anything. Why is he defending so much? Maybe he thinks it's a war attack. I hope not. I definitely hope not, unless for some reason I showed up as a gold banner. Maybe the person he's in a war with was attacking at the same time, so my banner turned gold. It's a good point. Let's see if we can shoot him down faster. I'm going to drop boost because I do have things to steal. And because I'm kind of want my base to be better than his. And so far it is. So as he is switching dragons, it gives me a chance. I drop a hammer on one account and a sword on the other account. So that way the moment he flies for his next one, it's not going to go very well. Maybe he didn't want a 251 beating him. That is entirely possible. And it's going to be kind of stupid of him to think that that isn't going to be possible. Right now I have completely everything on not done capped with the exception of obsidians. But you guys know that I don't have any obsidians. If I had an obsidian, well, we'd have a good day. So if he didn't want a level 251 beating him, he shouldn't have attacked a 251 and got 6% damage back. So if you're going to revenge someone, make sure you can beat them, or it kind of looks a little silly. Let's see what dragons he used. So he used a 45 Algor and a 45 Phasmos. So this tells me he does not have passed Emerald, correct? Or have passed Garnet, because Garnet tier is the last tier to get to 45, and then I think for the last couple of levels you need an Emerald and then 2 Emeralds to get Algor Expert, so I don't think he was very happy, but I don't know. Don't attack people you can't beat, I guess. Or if you can't beat, or if they do beat you, don't get mad. So there was just Forsyth saying thank you for resources. So I think she got Scorched to level 6. So yay, Forsyth. Super proud of you. Alright, so that was fun. Should we go hit someone else? I like hitting people. This is enjoyable. I don't often get to go raid with just myself very often, simply because I'll follow my alt for better resources and things like that. So raiding on my own doesn't happen as much as I would like, which, like I said yesterday with Flying Baby How, I think it's made me a much more pathetic flyer, and so I think I could be much, much better. So I actually learned to fly a lot more from my alt because it is lower than I do from a higher level account, which is kind of an odd thing to think about. So let's go hit someone else. I'm having fun. This is enjoyable to me. So, like I said at the beginning of the stream, if you weren't already here, I did change some of the bitrate settings on my stream. So if you notice there is some lag, or you're noticing other things about the stream, please let me know so I can continue to improve it. The last thing I really have left to do is some lighting. So once I get all the lighting fixed, hopefully we'll have a little bit more consistency, like the fuzziness around my head, or apparently I look washed out, but I'm pretty sure that's just because I'm really, really pale. We'll see. Alright, let's hit someone else. Ooh, that space looks fun. Okay, I'm going to use my teacher voice. Are you ready, guys? You ready for my teacher voice? If I can cloak past that small island, what is the danger of this person's base? So take a look at it. What is the downfall? What could really go wrong with this person's base? There's a couple of options, but it's because of one really key factor that I'm sure you guys can figure out pretty quick. So take a look at this base. We're assuming I can get past the first small island because they are only 45s compared to the 49s and below. Yay! Ding, ding, ding. Mech wins the gold star for today from teacher. There are no blues on the Long Island. What is this? Like, is this insanity? So the two downfalls to this base is how's it can come sand this up if I can get past that first island, and how's it with a, what do you want to call it, invincibility shield? What? What are you gonna do? I'm invincible. Literally. What are you going to do? You have no cannons to break my shield, and you have no blues to take my shield down. What? This is crazy. So flak. Oh, I'm curious what you think by that, Dan. So we have had a conversation on bases before, but why would you consider flak to be the issue here? I'm going to guess that it's because the flak is in the back row rather than the front row, and to an extent, I could agree with you, but I am in a very small little sliver minority of the game that believes flat cannons can be useful in a multitude of places other than just the front two slots on an island. So I wouldn't see anything wrong with this flak, except he has no storms or ices to protect it. So I can take that flak down with the first couple of taps and he can't stop me. So let's go have some fun, shall we? Okay, I'm going to take Hauheset. I am going to equip an invincibility shield to him because we're going to see how far we can go. Ice also doesn't cover the front flak on the Long Island. Cheers for Mech. So a better setup, of course, would be to switch his ice and his fire. So that way the ice is covering the flak and the ice has a more quick response to fire off its super shot. Mech, you're just going for the gold stars today, aren't you? What was I doing? Oh, Hauheset. I invited. I'm gonna join myself. If you haven't followed yet, guys, it's just do that hesitating. I'll see y'all later. Bye, Supa! You're super wonderful. Get it? Super wonderful. Saving my rewind. I'm gonna start with invincibility shield here. Sanding more than one at a time when I can. So I'm going to use rewind. There we go. Do it again. So I left a nice little setup for someone to follow. I'm going to quit now. I just accidentally invited, so I left my alt out of the battle there. And I'm using borrowed time here. And I got down a little portion of that. So let's take a look at what I have to work with. Look at that gloriful thing. Look at all that sand. So let's bring up my favorite cleanup dragon, A&A. Some Southern Cross. And like I said, I'm not really sure if any of you know why there's that Southern Cross bug. Be really interested to know where it's not giving me the rage. You guys just saw I deleted towers, and if you've seen me fly A&A before on XP base, I can usually get 2 to 3 bars of rage back from that. So I'm not entirely sure why it's not giving me rage back for those 3 towers. Maybe it's because of the sanded tower. Not entirely sure. So we'll figure it out together, I guess. So, as we could see there, the lack of blue mage towers on the Long Island was probably not in this person's best interest. So, I'm sorry, person, but you should probably get some blue mages out and do some fun. So, there you go. If anyone's ever told you you need to be at the end game to do well, this was a 300 something, definitely not a bad base, just lacking blues. And I just cleared it with a sapphire and a garnet. So, keep it up. Always try to push higher than you can. It's the pep talk of the day. Push higher than you can. Always attack higher. Don't let your level stop you from anything. If you have the skill and if you have the willingness to practice to gain skill, you can do whatever you want to an extent. Don't kill people. That's probably not a good thing to do with your practice and your motivation, but you know. Alright, so what I want to fly now is Borg. So let's talk about Borg real quick. So this season I have chosen to get 2 dragons. Last season I could finish 2 dragons to Emerald pretty easily. I didn't spend, and I just kind of got about all the way to the end, and I got Faye at the last minute. I got to Emerald with the very last event team prizes, and I got Aster to Emerald pretty quick. So Borg is the first dragon that I decided I want to max this time through. I love Borg. I love my hunters. My flying should definitely reflect how much I love hunters, and then I'm going to see how far I can get on Kin as well. So what I've done is I started Borg, and then once I got Borg to, I think, Sapphire tier or Platinum, I started to get Kin, and I stopped the moment I got Kin the dragon itself because I want to bank up some XP on her, so if I do continue to get stones from her, then all the better, right? Then I can actually use her. So my Borg here, I want to talk about some runes, because there are some misconceptions that come with runes that some people tend to forget. So you'll notice here I have 3 legendary healing mark runes. I'm sure all of you have heard before, you cannot have 2 of the same rune on a dragon. And there are a couple of little notes that you have to keep in mind with that. So the first one is you can have a rune and a glyph that are the exact same on one dragon. So you can see, looking up here, mine aren't the same, but if I have this rune, the first rune at the top here, the first rune at the top that is the legendary healing mark rune, if that was the same as one of the glyphs, it would be completely fine because they are different still. If you look at the 2 glyphs, even though they're both titled legendary healing mark, they do the exact same thing for a healing mark multiplier. They have different secondary abilities. And as long as the secondary abilities are different as well, you can definitely combine runes to make your life just a wee bit easier. So the other runes I have on here is a wisdom, just for a little bit of an extra boost. And then I have a mythic thunderbolt glyph, which was from Borgian's line. I love Borg. Healing Mark is fantastic, and I don't have Ferga yet, which is the emerald that has Healing Mark. And personally, I like Borg's spells just a little bit better. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with all of the spells on Borg because he is a seasoned dragon. But Thunderbolt, which is a white chain lightning that isn't influenced by research bounces. Healing Mark, of course, Cloak. Both of those are older spells, and Iced Hurt Resist. Nothing too complicated. He's all in all just a tank. So the downfall with hunters, of course, is their health. They will go down like a rock unless you can avoid damage. So we can avoid damage with Cloak, and we can also repair damage with that healing mark. So let's go have some multi-fun real quick. He is only Sapphire here. As you saw when I was looking at it there, he cannot go to Garnet yet because I don't have the Garnet Stone until after this event ends. I'm really close though. So let's take a look. One thing to keep in mind is how big of an influence runes do make in your flying. So if you haven't already flown with a dragon before the rune and then added rune afterwards, there is a definite difference. So flying Borg here, I like to avoid getting hit by these fireballs if I can with a little bit of Cloak. Build up some firepower there. And then let's watch my health go down. I'm going to use Healing Mark once, and you see that big chunk. I think it's about, I'd say just over a third, just about a third of my health is coming back, and that is from those 3 legendary Healing Mark runes. So remember too, you can place healing marks on the Bounty Harbor and on monuments. Give you health back as well. That's one of the reasons that makes Healing Mark such a fantastic spell, is the fact that it does work with monuments as well. So if you weren't aware, this is something that you can do. Avoid that fireball. And plus, of course, monuments give you level of chests and everything. Should be 36.4 of my health. Hey, that's just over a third. Mac, are you impressed with my my estimations there? I hope so. So, if you guys haven't figured out, Mac is like a spreadsheet guru. I may love spreadsheets, but I am nowhere near as good at spreadsheets as Mac is. And it kind of makes me jealous sometimes, not gonna lie. But at the same time, I love looking at Mac's spreadsheets. They make me happy inside, Mac. Spreadsheet love. Heal, please. These lightnings are gonna get me. Ah, no! Oh! You guys should be disappointed in me. I should have cloaked. I'm bummed. Super bummed. Well, pretty sure that's max XP at 98%. So, it is what it is. Alright, so there's only a handful of you on right now. It's about 10 of you on. Hi, nice to see you. Mac, I'm glad you're hanging out with us. I think it's after work for you now at this point. I don't think I'm particularly exciting today because I'm not sure if you guys just want to see my Maltese, if you want to see something exciting, if you have questions. Not entirely sure. So unless somebody speaks up in chat's like, hey, Red, do this today, I'm just going to go do some Maltese and go hit some people and go have a wee bit of fun. I do, like I said, want to do Mondays, fly with an appropriate body part. Today we flew with our nose. Please challenge yourself. Challenge your teammates. Be like, hey, who can fly the best with their nose? You know, it's a hoot. So I'm definitely going to hang out with some War Dragons friends, which are friends that I make play War Dragons, and make them fly with their nose and see how wonderful flyers they are with their nose. So I want to do that every Monday, and we'll make a theme for each day as we go along as we get used to this. So Don says, I'm trying to learn how to use hunters, just enjoying watching your technique. Hey! Thanks. I really like hunters. They're my favorite thing. So I guess some basics for you, Don. If you didn't already know, multiple fingers are your friend. So when I'm flying, I typically hold my phone kind of odd. And so I have so this is my phone that my main account is on. And then my Alts account is always on my massive iPad down here. And my iPad is on a stand, which is helpful. So when I'm flying on my actual phone though, I'm right-handed, and it's also helpful because the spells, you can't switch which side they are for your handedness. So I'm always holding the phone like this, and I'm using my thumb for the spells almost always, and I'm using anywhere from 1, 2, or 3 fingers. I rarely break out a 4-finger tap unless it's a really low-level base that I'm hitting, but definitely the 2 and 3 fingers come into play a lot. So it's really coming down on using your taps correctly. So at the high level, they'll especially tell you, and I should be better at this, but I'm not. They know exactly how many taps it takes with their expert Ferga to take down a max level tower. They know exactly. They know how much it changes if there's a defense boost on. They know how much it changes if an ice has boosted it. All this kinds of crazy stuff. So at the really high competitive level of flying hunters, they're counting their taps. To me, it's just kind of a more instinctual thing. It's like driving a stick shift, where I know I should probably watch the RPM, and that's how I learned how to drive a stick with my dad. But it's more, I just kind of feel what the car wants to do and kind of go with it. So it's the same thing with hunters. I just kind of feel my way around. So let's do some more hunters then, Don. I love hunters. I'll fly hunters any day of the week if somebody gives me an excuse. Alrighty, let's look here. We're going to try to stay in the 300s simply because I want to be a better flyer. Alright, let's take a look here. So this base will be fun. This is on real world life. I'm sorry if it offends you that I'm hitting your base on a live stream. So this base, it looks like our highest. We have those lightning towers, which is going to be a little painful if we don't have lightning resist. Going through, otherwise it's pretty generic. I'm going to fly this one with Aster, and I'm going to put on lightning resist just so those 47s don't hurt. So we learned from Egg Token the other day on the forums about resist spells and how much damage they actually help reduce. And Mech and I think we're both thinking like 25% or something like that. And I'm pretty sure that Egg Token came out and said it was like 50 or 75% of damage. And I'm not entirely sure if I trust that, but apparently a resist really does make a significant difference. So when I'm flying on a base, if I don't think there's going to be a defender, or if I'm not going to have an issue taking down the farms, I typically like to apply resist, or summon warrior, like I said, to take some more damage from the flak cannons because I don't have a flak resist. So yay, there is our super shot mech with 70% for resist. 70% damage reduced. That is amazing. The other thing to remember is lightning towers don't have particularly high damage. What makes lightning towers dangerous is if they happen to get a super shot off and they're in a group. So if this person doesn't defend or nobody defends him, the chances of those doing severe damage are going to be really minimal, especially if I slap on a lightning resist and do 70% less damage because of it. Or they do 70% less damage because of it. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fly in. I'm going to pick up the freeze, I'm going to pick up Havoc from that ice turret, I think, because cannon is going to give a stone skin shield, which is Not lovely. And then fire is going to give us spell flex, which I'm not really keen on using right now because the amount of mage towers. Blue give us explosive shield, which I don't think is a useful spell ever. And then red's reverse, and considering there isn't much reverse on the long, I really think havoc is going to be my best choice. So let's see how this goes. And if I can, I'm going to pick up havoc for that small island, or reverse projectiles for that small island after I pick up havoc. So I'm going to try to take down the red as soon as havoc is done. So Aster, like I said, we are going to apply lightning resist. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to invite friends, see if any Relithians want to come hang out with me. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Because they all hate me, you know, that normal type of thing. So, alright, like I said, I'm going to go and try to pick up Havoc first. Going to avoid getting hit by these mages, cloak around the fireball. So, if I didn't already say, this is my expert Aster. He is boosted, and we have Havoc equipped. Or now we picked up Havoc, and we have Lightning Turret Resist. Or Lightning Resist. Why am I adding turret to everything? Cloak for a spell. Build up some firepower so I can do this. No! Took my rage. I did not do very well this time, guys. Don't even have enough to cloak. I'm gonna die. I'm back. You can't draw me in. Oh, I just draw you and you can't look away. Supa, you were so sweet. No! Ah! Have a slither. Your screen lags like 4 seconds. I heard vibration before invite, but ignored it since I was waiting for yours. Oh. You're so sweet, Meg. No, the storm killed us right before we cleared the farms. Oh, what a bummer. Alright, we're going to clean up with Frost here. So, it's not bothering to boost Frost because I'm just using some Crumble to Dust to make these farms go down quite a bit faster. And they are separated, which means that I'm not too worried about those farms healing one another. So, no reason to boost. Oh, Mech, do you mean that the stream is behind what you're actually seeing in real time? Because if so, that's intentional. But if you mean like the stream is like starting to lag and become choppy, let me know. Because I definitely would want to know that. So there's a little bit more Hunter stuff for you, Dan. I love Hunters, or Don, sorry. I really like Hunters. Favorite dragon of all time. Warriors are my least favorite. I think warriors are really useful up until about level 70 or 84, somewhere within that range. But that's when hunters really start to take over. So, I love me some hunters. Mac, are you going to come hang out with me in my next run? Or are you going to just wait and ignore me? See how it is. It hurts. It hurts me, Mac. Cuts real deep. Alright, let's look for another 3. So again, the reason I'm hitting 300s is I want to, do some more exciting things with my life. Ugh, look at this Japanese base. I don't know if I could do much against this one. Let's take a look. What do you guys think? It's a lot of 50s, guys. So here's a note for you if you are a higher level player. After you hit level 300, leveling slows down a lot, meaning that you have to build a lot more towers just to go up a single level. So level 300 to 301 is about 3 times easier than doing about 320 to 321 is what people have told me and what I've seen myself. So these high 300s, man, like look at this base. This is max level towers. There is no way that I can do much against this, especially with all these double mages, because I can't rely on mage towers, or I can't rely on spells because these mage towers are just going to rip me apart. Well, let's give it a go, I guess. What's the worst that can happen? Mac, are you coming to hang out with me? Oh boy. So for this, I'm going to put Archer Resist because I see quite a few archers in there, and Mac, definitely come back me. We're gonna have some fun. I see those lightning towers, and if I make it that far, then I'll use earthquake, but I don't think I'm gonna make it that far. What's the worst that can happen? Come on, Mac. You know, you want to. Ooh, I got a big backer here. So Lord F is backing me. He is one of the whales on my team. Don't think he realizes what he's getting into. No! That did not go well at all. Oh, that was terrible. All right, you guys ready to see Lord fly? Lord is a really good flyer, and he's got some killer dragons. So I don't know what he was doing with me. So Lord just brought out, I believe this is his Borg. Didn't catch what level it is, but let's see how he goes. So you can see how much Thunderbolt makes a difference just with that chain lightning is nuts. Absolutely nuts. So he just did some damage on it. I wish I could have given him a better lead, but unfortunately I'm not as cool as him. So the defender makes it a little bit harder as well. This cracks me up. Mac, I'm really disappointed that you're not in this run with me right now. Very thankful Lord was here. If Lord wouldn't have been here, this wouldn't have gone well at all. So I finally got Resurrect to actually work the way it's intended. Do you guys see that? I actually did Resurrect. You guys should be really proud of me right now. Negative brownie points for you, Mac. I'm disappointed that you didn't follow me on that 368. Ah! That was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. So that shows you I was kind of easily hitting those low 300s, but that 368 just did not go very well. So I'm going to pop into team chat real quick and say thanks to Lord. So I said, thank you, Lord, having fun on the stream and hitting high levels for fun. So that's that. Right now is B typically... Mac, no! So Mac said, "Bah, what did I miss? I left to talk to my boss for a second while he was leaving." Mac, I hit a level, I think it was 368 from Japanese or another Japanese team. So Lord is famous. I love Lord so much. He is such a sweetheart, and he is one of the most generous people I've met in a long time. Very thankful to be on a team with all of these wonderful Rillithians. So this is Lord. Lord is a lot of fun. He is a sweetheart. He also went a crazy amount of levels this past fortification and really pushed himself to help the team out more in wars. So Mac can tell you he helped him through. And Mac, do you remember how many days of timers Lord had? It was insane. So Mac had created a spreadsheet for Lord to see what was possible for him to do. So Mac, really give us some input on how hard Lord pushed last event. So check out my team chat. Lord says, I'm terrible, but I'm famous, but I did terrible. Gangster said you were online stripping too, Lord. I love my team. So Mac just said in chat right now, Lord went through 3,672 days of timers, which is insane. So really thankful for Lord and all the other Rillithians that push and work so hard for the good of the team. You guys are great, and I adore you like you know. So, team is hilarious. I love my team chat. So for those of you that are in growing teams, or if you happen to be a leader of a young team or leader of a big team, things like that, really just chat with your teammates, get to know them. We have a couple of line chats set up, which helps. We have our official dragon chat, but we also have our lounge chat where we just kind of post nonsense and we post pictures of our animals and our pets and we share about stories and make each other jealous with wonderful food pictures or wonderful vacations that we may be taking. We have a teammate that's in Turkey right now that was taking pictures of the beach, sending it to us, making us really jealous. So having that communication with the team is a lot of fun. So Meg said he went through about 140 million wood. Yeah, that was. He brought up a full small island from 0 to 50, I believe. Supa says Relive has a really loyal, dedicated team, not because of the leader or anything, but because of followers. Just joking, by the way. With a good leader comes good followers. Supa, you're very sweet. I try my best, and one of the things I try to live by for my team is I will never ask my team to do anything I'm not willing to do myself, and I put my team first always. So, unfortunately, I don't do as well in seasons as I may like, and that is simply because I do my best for my team in events and kind of negate what I need and put my team ahead of itself. So, in Capture the Flag, for sure, I know that I'm going to rip through more energy than what I should be doing for the points I'm getting, but I'm doing it because I want to make sure that my team doesn't lose flags, and I want to make sure my team feels good and has that sense of accomplishment when we score higher in the leagues. So always look out for your teammates, always look out for one another. Alright, let's do another hit here, guys. Mac, you better follow me on this one. No matter how high of a level it is, I better see you in this run. Alright, let's stick in the 300s here. We're not going to hit Dreadnought. Let's see. This is the first one I picked on. So this one might be okay. It looks like there's those 47s there. I'm waiting, Mac. Don't. Logging in. Not even in dragons, naughty boy. Okay, so while Mac is logging in, I'm going to take a look at the space. So that first island is really calling for a red spell because there are no mage towers there whatsoever, and a lightning resist would be helpful just because of those 5 lightning towers there. So automatically my brain goes Dusty with lightning resist. So that's what I'm going to try to do and see how this goes. I'm going to go slow. Let's give Mech time to log in. Okay, ready. Can I use Ember? Hell yeah, you can use Ember. It'll probably be your best option, unless the lightnings kill you. So Ember is the new dragon PG came out with. It stops at orange tier, I believe, and it has Death Gaze and Cloak, and seems to be a really sweet little hunter. So if you are a low-level player and you're just starting the game and you're looking at maybe investing a little bit in the game, Ember would be definitely the way to go. There are some ruby dragons you can buy along your breeding path. Things like, I don't remember the first one, that little sorcerer thing. I don't remember. But Darja in orange tier is there, and then Karsus in green. Don't buy Karsus. Karsus the biggest waste of money you could possibly make. But Darja used to be the game stopper, and it was wonderful. But I really think Ember could be great. A great little investment for some lower level players. So, here we go, Mech. Don't mess it up. Invite. Let's see if Mech can beat the other Relithians in the room. Or if anyone wants to come with me. Yeah, Mech! Alright, Mech, make sure you're not watching the screen. Or not watching the stream. Make sure that you are watching your own screen, because else you're gonna have a bad time. Cloaking, cloaking, cloaking. I'm gonna leave that tower for Mech. So that way he has something to Death Gaze. Because I also know that Ember's only level 1 for Mech, so. Take out these mage towers so they don't hurt me as much. Cloak to avoid a little bit of damage, even though I'm taking, what, 30% of damage is what those lightning towers could do. So here, since I have so much rage, I'm going to focus on taking down these mage towers and using the spells that I do have. I have lightning resist, but I do not have archer resist, so I'm going to make sure that I am leaving that lightning up to kind of give me some time to do some attacks. Oop! Those rage towers just really want to take me down, don't they? It's taking all my rage. Dang mage towers. Alright, Mech. You're up. Come rescue me. Alright, guys. Ready to see Mech's Ember? Oh! Mac, did you die? die that fast, or did you just swap? Oh, jeez. Oh, so I left that little tower. I was hoping Mech could take it out, but I'm sorry, Mech. I'm still not sure if you died or not. Wasn't even in range. How? And then it cut off. Oh, poor Mech. I didn't see you in range either. I didn't even see the lightning turret fire or the ice turret fire. It was so fast. Poor Mech. I don't know, Mech. I have no idea. I'm so sorry. So, when flying in war and things like that, one of the hardest parts when you have defenders is hammer spam. So, hammer spam is obviously when the defender is dropping so many hammers that you can't just get a word in edgewise. So, when that happens, just wait a few minutes. You can see my attack bar that's building up a little bit, and then use all of your attacks in quick succession. And that is one of the easiest ways to avoid that. So, Dad says, I'm going to guess it was a forced close, hopefully. So, no, as you could see in battle chat, Mech died suddenly. It was a level 1 Ember, but he wasn't even in range of the ice tower. So, Supa says he was feeling the pressure from the viewers. Mech, were you feeling the pressure? I think we did all right. We got a little bit of food from it. Poor Mech. I think you did a lovely job, Mech, and I'm so happy that you followed me along. So, before we close out the stream today, because I do have to log off right on time at 7:30, have a few plans, I am going to pull out a Divine. So, let's see what we got. So, if I open up my Divines, this isn't my original account, so that means I don't have all these... Well, that was a game crash. So it's not my original account, which means I don't have a lot of old Divines, but I definitely will in the next couple of streams be bringing in and showing you guys my original account, which does have some really old and really cool Divines, and it has things like Dimon, it has Meriden, it has Lith, the original Divines back there, so I will bring that up at some point and show off some Divines. But in the meantime, there is an orange Divine that I want to show you guys today, which is spurred by the forums. So your graphic appears to... because your graphics... No. My graphic settings are fine. I'm not going to turn off my destructibles. Go away. So, looking here at my Divines, the Divine I want to show you today, oops, is not Abraxas, is Omar. You did try, so I'm proud of you, Mech. So Omar here was originally released back in the day. He was one of the first really amazing Divines that was released. He is orange tier. So I believe he was released when green tier was the highest tier, if I remember correctly, or is the start of gold. And Omar was amazing. Death Gaze and Cloak was just one of the biggest spell set combinations, and everyone loved it. And this is how people were taking out farms and taking out high level towers, and it was a really good time. So now, a lot of times, you guys will see Omar saying available to, I think it says available to breed. Let's find another dragon that says that, or available now. So when you're in your Divine section, if you see available now, that is not the same as ready to breed. So ready to breed means you have both dragons, the dragon parents, and that is what we typically see in our lineage dragons. So I could pop over here. You can see my dragons are ready to breed if I don't already have them. Ready to breed means you could do it right now. It doesn't matter. So in Divines, when it says available now, that means that someone else in the game has the parents necessary to breed those dragons, and the game is saying you can still do this if you want to. So that is all that means. Available now does not mean you can get it now. It does not mean the parents are available. So this question popped up especially on the forums. So Dimma. I love Dimma. I'm definitely going to show you guys Dimma at some point this week or next week. Dimma is still my favorite dragon in the game. No hands down, no doubt about it. I love Dimma. So just like I mentioned Omar with Death Gaze and Cloak, here we have Dimma with Death Gaze and Cloak with also Steel Essence, a great hunter spell, and Archer Resist. Remember that when Dimma came out, there were no flat cannons, there were no ice towers, and there were no fire towers. So the highest damage tower that people had were lightnings and archers. So slap a lightning resist on Dimma and baby, you're going to rip some bases apart. And I remember when I had Dimma Expert for the first time, and just after Platinum Tier came out and everyone's flying Riz, especially as their main dragon, I was using Expert Dimma in War and just really knocking the socks off some people. So Dima is still one of my favorite divines. Gorgeous dragon, a lot of fun. So if you guys have any suggestions, comments, things I could do to make the stream better, please let me know. Please go hit mech. Go search Rulith. Go hit mech, please, and attack him with your nose. I'm really excited to see you guys attack mech with your nose. So go do it. Mech's going to show me some screenshots and replays. He's going to tell me, I'm sure he's going to be so proud of you guys. Fly with your nose. Go hit a training base with your nose. Challenge each other. Fly with an appropriate body part, yo. Next Monday, we will fly with an appropriate body part. In the meantime, I'm so glad that you guys came here to hang out with me. So tomorrow I will be streaming just after lunch for me, which is at 1 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to join me then, we'll have a lot of fun. Tomorrow I am going to be doing a lot of multi-runs and a lot of base talk. So if you're interested in hanging out with me and doing multis or want to talk bases with me, please come on. Please hang out with me. And if you have any other questions of other subjects related to dragons, definitely pop on. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye.